non-regulated and regulated.
The origins of life in the universe. First stages in human evolution. First simple technologies that started making our life easier. Welcome to Lydian World. We are glad to introduce our multi-ecosystem. Here, the rewards are generated thanks to the fees applied to each service or product behind an income resource such as staking pools, credit card swipe commissions, mining fields, assisted trading, non-fungible tokens marketplace, interactive airdrops, mainnet masternodes, trivia games, etc. Available on platforms and devices. More than 3 million users expected by the end of 2022 could reach a milestone of $5 billion in total resources. Lydian World, the place where you can explore, earn, and have fun.
Join this. You can imagine 10-year anniversary. You can be proud to be a part of it because I am very proud as a chairman of the board.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have from now a world without boundaries. The lands are opening everywhere.
All right, greetings everyone. Good evening, wherever you might be tuning in from. So I'm your brother Fard MacD, the CEO and founder of Fard Money Network and New Millennium Bankers, and we have a powerful broadcast for you tonight. But before we do that, you know some things that we got to go over because this is the Future Money Show. This is what we do at Fard Money Network. We like to take you into the markets. We like to take you into a system. We like to show you what's going on in the markets and show you how you can get value and you can stop trading time for dollars and you can let your dollars buy you time. So we have a powerful show. We have my business partner, real estate guru, real estate. He's a licensed real estate broker in the Los Angeles, California area, in the whole state of California, matter of fact. And he is a part of our network. He was sponsored by none other than our brother Ben X, and he's going to talk to us today about why he chose to get in business with Gold Standard Bank, why he is with us, and why and what's the difference. Because we know a lot of people think that real estate is the game. Real estate is cool, no problem with that. But he's going to tell you from an expert, from a guru standpoint, rental properties. He's a broker, so he's doing all of this, and he still does it. But he's going to tell you why GSB is the best thing going right now. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Forward Money Network. Make sure you subscribe to our team channel so you can learn everything that you need to know about Gold Standard Bank, New Millennium Bankers, and follow us on all platforms. And we're going to give him, you're going to be able to follow Mr. DJ Airman, David Jennings himself later on. And you want to be here next Saturday at this same time, same channels, right? We're streaming on 3 platforms. We on my personal page, Facebook page, Forward MacD. We on our business Facebook page, Forward Money Network, and we on our YouTube channel, Forward Money. So listen, wherever you're tuning in at, make sure our YouTube channel is our main platform. So please go over there and subscribe, click the notification bell so you can get notified. But next week, I'm excited to announce who we got on here next week. Y'all want to know who we got next week? We're going to let David cook your grits tonight. But who we got on here next week? None other than my brother, my mentor, my sponsor, the CEO and founder of Team Freedom, global GSB ambassador, Kevin 2X. He's going to be our guest next week, and he's going to tell you why network marketing is the business that you need to be in. So you want to make sure you're back next week for that breakdown and that understanding. So, but before we do that, before we bring on our guest tonight, we got to go and take a look at the markets. So let's go and take a look at the markets. Now, a lot of people got the misconstrued perception about Forward Money Network because we don't talk about gold as much. But when I learned the science that gold was money, I found a system and I started getting gold, and I started getting paid in gold. I started referring others and showing them how they can save in gold and how they can get paid in gold, right? When I learned that science. And then when I learned another science, because you got to grow by degrees. When I learned what dividends was, when I learned what portfolio income was, when I learned how to get interest on your money, we didn't just put gold to the side, but we're talking about income right now. Why? Because gold will not yield you a dividend. However, it is money. So you better have some. All right, I'm telling you that right now. And you better have the physical metal. And you got to try to get it the highest carat that you can get, which is 24 karat. So gold spot price, and this is spot price, closed at $1,948.03. Now, we in Forward Money Network, from my study, from my understanding, some way, somehow, gold is going to be king once again. Why? Because it's the most secure asset, or most secure form of money that we know about since the creation of man and mankind. All right. So that's what we know. So don't get it twisted. Forward Money Network, we still stand on gold. That's why. But check it out though. But we now are banking on the blockchain with who? Gold Standard Bank. You see the correlation, right? But anyway, you can hold gold. It really won't make you rich. It's going to protect you in a crisis though. However, we're going to take you to what's going to make you rich, or what will make you rich, and what has the data now, what has the moment right now. See, you only get these moments in time. You feel me? So it's kind of like, family, if y'all remember, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. So I remember through my time growing up, and it's still the same today, if we just go to the music industry, it's always somebody or a group that has the day. And they last for 3 years, some 5 years, maybe some even 10 years, right? Regardless if you're talking about pop music, you're talking about rock and roll, you're talking about hip hop, you're talking about R&B. It's always somebody that is dominating that market, right? And it's no different in the money sector, right? At one point in time, it was real estate that dominated the market. At one point in time, your 401k was cool, right? At one point in time, your ROA, your pension was cool. It was cool to have a good, high-paying job, right? When the dollar had some value. That ain't really cool today. You feel me? It was cool at one point in time to be in business for yourself, to be self-employed. That was cool. It ain't really cool today, not with the taxes and not with inflation. However, what has today now? Stock market was at one point in time, the stock market after the crash in 1929, it was the stock market that generated a lot of wealth for a lot of people, a lot of income for a lot of people, right? At one point in time, it was gold. But today, in this millennium, it is cryptocurrency. Regardless on how you think about it, what you know about it, you need to get educated about it. Because since 2008, nothing has made more millionaires than cryptocurrency. Regardless on what you think about it, whatever you heard or whatever the naysayers saying. And don't listen to nothing the government got to say about it, because why? The government is in bed and they controlled by the international bankers who want you to depend on them for your financial freedom. They don't want us to be free. Cryptocurrency frees us from them, and it just frees us, period. When I can, at the click of a button, send you $1 million worth of a cryptocurrency. I can send you $100,000 worth of a cryptocurrency all around the world. It's borderless. Don't have no borders. But if I wanted to send my father, my daughter, a family member, $5,000, $10,000, I got to sign all this type of paperwork. They got to ask me questions. What is this? What is all of this? I got to go through all of that just to send my money. But that's a sign, though. If I got to go through that to send you something, it ain't my money. You follow what I'm saying? So cryptocurrency is giving the people back to power. And if you don't have none, you don't have any power, financial power, right? So let's take a look at the market. The cryptocurrency market is down, and it's still trading, and the market cap is still over 1.1 trillion with a T dollars, the fastest thing to do that since 2008. The market is down over the last day, 0.26%. Bitcoin is trading at a strong $27,052 over the last day right now, strong. Ethereum is nearly $1,900. Binance, the third biggest utility coin, is still over $300. And then we have our baby coin, our coin that we're excited about. This is the ecosystem. This is the technology. See, you look at price, but you don't understand value, right? That ounce of gold that I showed you, it ain't really worth $2,000. It's really worth more than that, but you don't understand that. So this coin is really worth more than this, but you don't understand it now because the market got to catch up to it. So usually when something is released, it takes time for the market to catch up to it. How long you think it took Bitcoin to get to $1? Y'all do know Bitcoin came out trading at 0.3 of a penny. How long did it take Bitcoin to get to $1? Now look at it now. It's over 27,000, and Bitcoin has a high of what? Nearly $69,000 for one coin. That's why I created so many millionaires. And the power of this is that it's decentralized and it's bringing all of this technology. So what we're going to get into today, and we're going to bring on our brother, my business partner, my man straight out of Los Angeles, California, Mr. David DJ Airman Jennings. Not only is he a real estate mogul, but he came in GS Partners back in late November, early December. Like I said, he was sponsored by Brother Ben X. Y'all know Brother Ben X, right? Brought him in. And this man reached the rank in GS Partners of international executive. Family, it took me 2 years to hit executive. And I helped launch the company, right? But this man came in about 90 days. His organization, his team, his network is generating well over $500,000 in revenue. Something you're gonna hear him say it. He has never been able to do that in real estate. That's selling one house, right? But that's not on a consistent basis. But this is the power of the blockchain. This is the power of us doing business at the speed of thought. You just think about making some money and you can do it. You just think about how much you want to generate per month and you want to, family, do you know? Go and start a mom and pop business and see how long it'll take you. If you ever do get to $500,000 in revenue in a 30-day period, go do it. Don't just come back and tell us what you do. What you have to do to do that, right? So don't think that's some lightweight thing to be doing $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. And this time, that ain't no lightweight thing. But let's bring on our brother so we can get this interview started. There you go. Hey, my brother, how you doing? Peace, brother.
I'm good, sir. I am good. You make me want to slam down the computer and go get on the phone and get some more people into our certificates.
Hey, we're gonna get to that. We got time to do that, man. We got time to do that. So, man, I want to thank you, man, and welcome you to our channel, to this show, my brother. This is the first show that I have done consistently since we started Part Money a little over 6 years ago, because we did just celebrate 6-year anniversary. But I want to thank you for gracing us and taking the time out, because I know it's still early over there. It's kind of late for us, so I can't be making calls at 10 o'clock at night. Need to be waking folks up. They're like, listen, we got a gold mine. You better get over here and get your shovel. You better come over here and get it, right? So, brother, we want to thank you for going on, man. Thank you for being here. So, brother, please tell the people, how long have you been in real estate?
I've actually been in real estate since like 1995. It helped pay for college. I wanted to be a physician, or I wanted to be a doctor, until I got a hold of those little cadaver-type cats that are soaked in formaldehyde, and that the smell and the blood, it just wasn't my thing. So been in real estate since like 1995. Became a mortgage broker in 1998. Real estate broker in 1998. So at the time, you could do both. So that was my introduction to real estate, was just trying to make a living and help pay for college.
So what's the difference between a real estate agent and a real estate broker, for those that don't know? What's the difference?
Excellent question. A real estate agent is someone that's normally out in the field selling real estate property. A real estate broker normally is the owner of the business that the real estate agent works for. So a broker is just it's basically the manager or owner of that real estate company for the most part, and agents work for a broker. So you can't really own a real estate company. If you're an agent, you have to put your license under a real estate broker.
Oh, okay. So when if you're an agent, you got to kind of like advance and step up, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At the time, in order to be a broker, you had to either have your bachelor's degree or 5 years in the business.
How many homes have you helped people over the years get and secure for themselves?
That's a good question. I'm more of a mortgage broker than I am a real estate broker. So I'll probably do about 2 to 3 homes a month, and just multiply that times 12 times 25 years. So I've done way more loans than I have done real estate. When real estate loan lending was, or the rates were super low, I was doing about 40 to 50 loans a month.
So what's the average percentage that you get off a loan?
Off of a loan as a broker, 2.5%. And if I'm a real estate broker, the listing is normally 6%. Sometimes you'll split that with the selling broker. But if you get the listing and you sell the house yourself, you keep the full 6%.
So over the years, you have been able to make a substantial income with that. And I'm saying that because a lot of our people don't know, I know a lot of our audience don't know. The average real estate agent don't really make a lot of money on a consistent basis. Can you talk about that? Why is it a struggle to make money? If I'm a real estate agent, why is it a struggle for me to make consistent money?
It has to do with a lot of factors. Real estate, after like your first couple months in real estate, you've done run through your whole family. You've sold everyone in your family a house, probably. You've refinanced all your family and friends. So after that, it's normally time to get to work. So you normally have to go work for a broker or some sort of firm where they can assist you with clientele and they can assist you with leads, or you have to just go out and get your own business. And that's where a lot of agents run into problems. But at the end of the day, it's like any other business or self-employment business. You have to go generate your own clientele.
That's significant to talk about that, because a lot of people, they think, and then I have seen over my years of dealing with realtors that's a highly competitive market, right?
Yes, big time. Very competitive. It's saturated in a lot of different ways, depending on what region you're in, what city you're in. Very saturated market. It's helped afford me a really good lifestyle. I've always been more of in finance than the real estate side. I do have agents that work for me. I'll get out in the field and go get a listing or two every once in a while, but I'm primarily a mortgage broker, and we work very, very close with real estate agents, real estate brokers, to make sure that their clients get financing, proper financing. But it's a very competitive business on the real estate and the lending side.
Man, that got to be very significant because you in the state of California, and now explain to me. I'm asking this is a question for me. Why is California real estate market way higher than say Florida, or Alabama, or Mississippi? Why is that? And you get far more land down south than what you get in California. Why is that?
Excellent question. It has to do with desirability. California weather, pretty much 8 months out of the year, is at least 70 degrees. Sunny skies, clear skies, the beaches. Of course, you have Hollywood. There's a lot of desire to be in New York City and California. So supply and demand. There's a lot of demand for housing. Low supply drives up your price.
Man, that's very significant, man. You teaching me something now. You teaching now. And so you say you've been doing that since 1995. That's about 26. No, that's about what, 28 years. You almost reaching 30 years, 3 decades, right?
Exactly.
And you've been a broker since 98.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So that's like 25 years. So let us shift gears here. Now you are a Gold Standard Bank partner, right? And for those that don't know, Gold Standard Bank is a blockchain telecommunication fintech institution that only deal in cryptocurrency. So before Gold Standard Bank, what was your view on crypto?
That's a really good question. I was very ignorant. I passed up Bitcoin in 2014 when, to me, back in that day, I remember it being like 14, 15 bucks, something like that. So I passed it up. I thought it was a fad. I thought it was like fake. So I passed it up. And then when Bitcoin started going up, I think I dabbled in a little bit of it. Wound up losing money. So my only education with Bitcoin was I knew people made a lot of money doing it, but I also knew a lot of clientele that lost a lot of money with it. So my view of it, I didn't have really a good view or bad view. I was just ignorant. I didn't have a lot of knowledge in it, and I didn't take the time to learn about it.
Mm-hmm. How did they lose? Because to some of our knowledge and where we understand it, you really can't. It's kind of difficult to just lose. So how did they lose? Did they get scammed? Did they send the money to the wrong wallet? How did they do that?
I believe at the time the people that I was talking to, remember it went to 60 bucks. I'm sorry, 60,000 a coin. So if they got it at, let's say 55, 60, and it drops down to 30 or 20, they would have lost substantially, depending on when they bought it. So I started paying attention when people were losing hundreds of thousands of dollars on a Bitcoin that had purchased high and it crashed.
But technically, in that scenario, they didn't actually lose the money. The market price of the money just kind of went down. If they still held it, because if I got it at 60 and it dropped to 30, right? Because first I got to be questioning myself, why did I buy it at 60 in the first place, right? I got to be questioning that. That's questionable anyway, right? But if it dropped to 50, 40, 30,000, unless I sell it and I'm okay, I'm like accepting that loss then, right? If I hold it, I still got my quantity, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like if I bought a house in California for $5 million and then the market drop in that area, if I just go ahead and sell it at $1 million, then I'm okay with the loss, right? That's kind of how that works, right?
That is correct. That is correct. I'm glad you pointed that out. They took the loss. They didn't know if it was going to go back up, so they jumped off the ship and locked in that loss, which is similar to any stocks or bonds. Or I mean, I've lost quite a bit with Merrill Lynch in 2008 because I saw the prices keep going down and I didn't want the boat to keep sinking. So I locked in my losses too.
All right, I want to tell a quick story, family. for the viewers that are watching. DJ Airman David, Mr. Jennings. We had a leadership retreat in Seychelles. I want to just tell this story before I ask you the question. And David, his first month, he hit a rank, a nice rank. It was national director in the month of December, just going into the new year. However, you had to hit executive to qualify for GSB to pay for your trip, right? So David didn't hit it. However, he still came to Seychelles, and he could have easily been the only person that did that on the whole island, right? So he was there, he saw everything. Now, no, mind you, he just kind of tiptoed. He was at national director, which is the rank below executive. And then every month since, he just hit executive, continental, international. He had continental last month. So this is what he constantly does. So he's definitely an executive and above. But he paid his own way to come to that island. I went, but GSB paid for it, right? They paid for the room, the board, the food, everything, right? My wife plus one, everything, right? And they reimbursed us a percentage of the plane ticket. Why, David, did you do that? Explain to let the people know, right? Why did you do that? Why did you come out of your pocket to come way to Africa in an event or at a retreat that you was just in? You was even in the business 90 days. Why did you do that? What was the reason for that, brother?
Well, I started with GS Partners in mid-December. So literally I had been in the business 2 weeks and hit national within 2 weeks. So in my head, I was already an executive, but it wasn't about a title for me. I have 25 years worth of clientele, investors, homeowners, friends, family, people that know me to be a morally ethical, think long-term individual. So for their sake, I had to have firsthand knowledge of what GS Partners was. So I in my own, at my own volition, I took my own money and I wanted to fly to meet the principals of GS Partners. And I'm glad I did that. I was able to meet the chairman, Joseph Haidt, Bruce Hughes, which is the corporate trainer, Alexander Olfke, who's the CEO of Skyground, and a number of other key individuals that make GS Partners and Gold Standard Bank and Swiss Valerum Bank who it is. So in order for me to come back, before I went to my population and my public, I had to come back with receipts. They didn't want to hear or see just speeches and talk and good commercials. I had to come back with pictures, concrete evidence that our 4.15% fixed payback reward certificate was legitimate. And unbeknownst to me, I came back with way more. I came back with a higher profile, much more confidence in the company, confidence in my team, confidence in my up chain, and it pretty much changed my financial trajectory and my life for the time being.
Wow, that's significant, man. And you met the chairman of the board, and I know me, you, Crypto Steve, we actually talked, just me, you, and Crypto Steve, we actually talked to Mr. Haidt for about 30 minutes, just us. And we also talked to Alexander Olkey, who is the CEO of Skyground, who was a former BD Swiss CEO. And so when you was talking to them, what type of vibe did you get? Describe with Mr. Haidt. What type of vibe did you get from Mr. Haidt for him to even be here? He didn't finance everything. He didn't put this whole ecosystem together. For him to sit there, don't really know us, just know we in the business, know we done ranked up, we bringing in revenue. What did that make you think and feel about him for him to say, okay, we pulled him from another crew and he stopped there and talked to us for like 30 minutes? Like, what did that do? What did that do to your viewpoint of him?
Number one, I've never been 6 inches from a multi-billionaire for 30 minutes, just asking whatever questions we want. Number one, without security surrounding them, all kind of handlers controlling the conversation. And we literally pulled this man aside and asked him whatever we want. And I got nothing but eye to eye contact, honest, in my opinion, honest responses to some hard questions. We weren't over there talking about his family and asking him how beautiful the trip was, or if we can meet him later. We were literally asking him hard questions. What's the future of GSB? We're out there in the field representing his company, and we had some questions for him, some hard questions. And he was, in my opinion, very candid, very honest, and very personable. I've banked with Chase for the last 15 years. I've lost over $500,000 with JP Morgan Chase. I've never even as much as gotten a sucker from any one of those companies. Never met chairmans, never met managers, receptionists, nothing. But the leadership of this corporation and the leadership of this bank is fully accessible. And that's what gave me the confidence to come back and literally hit international a month or so later. And that's putting $600,000 of my network savings, IULs, cash, whatever they have, into our certificates. That's profound.
Now, man, I'm gonna tell you, Kevin said that. We didn't even tell you that though. But Kevin said that. He told that to me. He said, if David come to Seychelles, he gonna explode. And you came and you did exactly as Kevin already foresaw that you was gonna do that, right? And so, did you enjoy yourself on the island, first of all? Because a lot of people think we went for vacation, but we didn't really have a lot of leisure. But that game was about a day or two leisure, right? But then we had like 2 days straight of full days of business. You know what I'm saying? So did you enjoy the island? Did you enjoy it though?
I'm a businessman at the end of the day. I eat, breathe, sleep success. It's all I think about. So fun for me is attaining goals that I set for myself. I didn't go there to sit on the beach, chill in the pool, drinking a Mai Tai. I went there to find out who GSB was, who Gold Standard Bank was, who Joseph Height was, who my upchain really was. I was strictly business. And that's just the disposition that I move at. Because when you're dealing in the financial sector, when you're dealing with people's hard-earned money, they don't want no games. They don't want any, did you enjoy yourself? That was irrelevant. I went there to learn. It was a fact-finding mission. We had intense training. We had Rob Sperry there, Frazier Brooks. They were laying into us some serious details. And the last thing on my mind was laying back in my swim shorts, just chilling, working on my tan. I wasn't there for that. I really had a good time. The food was good. The people were good. The camaraderie was good.
Food was great.
Made some legitimate connections. I met a brother named Theo Ampadu from Canada. I met Ontario, another ambassador. I met some key figures in GSB that by the time I got back, they're in my network. We feed off of each other. So I went there to really get to know who my competition is at the end of the day. Who's who of Gold Standard Bank and GS Partners, because this is not a game for me. I do a lot of good for people, but in order to do that, I got to put in work. I got to study.
Man, that's significant right there, man. The food was actually great, right? Some of the best food I ever had in my life. I'm talking about for real. And man, but that's significant right there that, you took the time out to come and see. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Have you ever done network marketing before?
No.
You had never done network marketing before?
No, not to this level. Meaning, in my business, 100% of my business as a mortgage broker comes from referrals. So I've always been very good networking with realtors. That's more of a lateral type networking. And it still has to do with production. It still has to do with performing. So if I do good for one realtor, of course, the word gets out. If you need your loans done, go see David Jennings at Eagles Mortgage Company. If you want someone that's going to give you the straight truth on a client, help them get their credit updated in a way where they can buy, go see David Jennings. So I've always done that, and that's what was my claim to fame. But network marketing as a whole, like with Amway and some of these other network marketing companies that exist, I've never done that.
That's significant, man, because you had like instant success. Because people think that, and the reason I'm asking them that, family, because in Gold Standard Partners, it is a network marketing structure. To even get in, somebody has to bring you in. You can't just go and get in. It's a referral-based program, a platform only. And that's significant that, you had never really did that before, but you exploded like that because we seen you from the gate as being a serial professional, right? So you looked at us like, man, this man been in networking 20, 30 years the way he just know how to do this. And you was you was coachable because you asked me, Mr. Diaco, Ben, Brother Ben, Kevin, you asked us any question that you had, you asked us. You didn't just assume and just run with it. You actually literally asked us questions on a day-to-day basis. Like, and you was able to accept whatever. I gave you the answer, Brother Ben gave the answer, Mr. Diaco gave the answer, Kevin gave the answer. You didn't, you never debated with it or nothing. So you was very coachable. All right. That's a hint, family, for those that don't know. Hint, clue. All right. Because if you coming into something, it don't matter how successful you is in something else. When you come over here to our turf, we already doing this and been doing it, is think that you might need to tone your pride down, your ego to the side if you want to really make a lot of money. Because at the time, we was already making money from the program. A lot of it, too. You know what I mean?
You hit the nail on the head. My success in GS Partners and Gold Standard Bank, I can't take credit for it. I literally cannot. All of my success, 100% of my success came from the honesty, late night conversations with not only you, Kevin 2X Thompson, Ben X, and the god of the game, Mr. Dalco. I came in with zero experience, 100% humbleness, and just listening. My dad always told me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak. I have nothing to say in those conversations, but whatever you guys were saying, I wrote it down and I implemented it. Once I noticed that what you guys were saying was working, I shut up even more. I have a lot of questions because I was getting punched in the stomach. I would send out mass emails, mass texts, and people thought that my phone got stolen. But once I started implementing what Wealth Builders Worldwide brings to the table, the techniques that you guys have been using and been very successful with, it worked. And that's what I always tell new people when they're coming into GS Partners. I don't care what type of company you've come from or how much success you had or how much money you even have currently in your bank account. You need to do things the GSP way. There's a family structure. There's a business structure. There's a corporate structure. There's a way that we do things that's unlike every other company that you've ever been in. So if you want to be successful in GS Partners, you must come in, figure out what the policies are, what the language is, adhere to that, and you will see success.
Man, that's significant right there. So you know, because that's what it's hard to do. It's hard to train people and coach people like that. And then they go and put a black eye on the industry. I put a black eye on GS Partners, but they never did what we asked them to do. And they never, if they do it, they don't do it for a long period of time. They don't do it for 6 months, 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So, man, so the next question is, you did a video with Brother Ben, and you talked about how into a rental property, because you do own rental properties as well, right?
That is correct, yes.
Give us an estimate. Don't tell us all. Just give us a rough number on how many rental properties in the LA area do you actually own?
Locally, the one that I like to use the most is I use it all the time because it's so poignant. The actual rental property that I always speak of is this townhouse that I own in Moreno Valley. I bought it a couple years ago. it was fairly new. It's by a lake, and I bought it as a rental. So I put 20% down on it, because normally if you want to get a mortgage on income property, you have to put 20% down. So 20% down at the time was $45,000. The mortgage on that property is about $1,200. I'm renting it for $1,850. With HOAs and some of the utilities that I pay, my take home is $500. Literally, I can keep $500 on that specific property. The tenant pays late most of the time. He's flooded out the neighbors downstairs several times. I've replaced the water heater, garbage disposals. It's basically a typical rental for your average investor. So when I came into GS Partners, I didn't know much about blockchain banking, digital real estate, or this type of business. So I put my pinky toe in and came in with about $9 grand, 8,700 to be exact. That gave me, we've always been doing a promotion where you can buy 3 certificates and get 1 free. So that's what I did. So that $9,000 worth of certificates gave me $850 a month. Now, the hardest thing I have to do in order to take that 850 USDT off the platform is turn on a computer and push a button to withdraw. That's the hardest thing I have to do. And it pays me every 7 days for 78 weeks. And it pays in USDT. So I got to thinking, this was before Seychelles. If I would have put 45,000 into these certificates, what would that give me? All I have to do is multiply 850 times 4, because that's basically 4 times the amount of money that I put into actual real estate. That adds up to about $3,200 to $3,600 or 3,600 USDT per month. That's substantial. That's why I flew my chocolate self all the way to Africa, so I could go see if this was real. Because if it was really real, the sky was the limit for my investors.
But what got you to sign the link? Because you had to just see something, and then what actually got you to sign up and say you coming with, how much was it? 7,000, 8,000?
It was almost $9 grand. It was
almost
9 grand.
9. So what caused you, being in the real estate market, being a business owner, doing good in real estate, and what caused you to say, not doing no real investigation, not really, because you can't really investigate the blockchain anyway. The people know that, don't know that. But what caused you to say that? Because people will say all the time, well, they can't do this, and you know what I'm saying, this is a rug pull, the company gonna do this, it's gonna go down. But what caused you to take 9,000 of your hard-earned dollars and say, I'm coming in? You could have said, I'm coming in with 2,000, I'm coming in with 500, right? Yeah. But what caused you, from what did you see and what got you in? What got you in? Not what sold you on it later, but what got you to say, I'm going to sign up and I'm coming with 9,000? What got you in?
Everything's relative when it comes to money. 9,000 or 8,000 might be a lot to some and not so much to others. 2,000 might be, you might as well tell someone that they need to sell their soul to come up with 2,000. So everything is relative. But what happened with me, I was following Brother Ben X, who's a social media icon, and he had been doing some lives, and I've just been following for maybe about 3 months or so. And what he was doing was he was moving some USDT off of the platform, but it was pennies. It was like $4 a week. And that just wasn't enough for me. I'm like, why is this guy wasting time? And I didn't know him personally at the time, but why is he wasting time doing lives on $3.45 a week? So I'd follow that for about a month or so. And then he was doing another one where he was withdrawing 4,150 USDT per week off the platform. So then he had put up a number where you could call in and get on a live Zoom to just hear more information about it. And that's what I did. I got on that live Zoom. Mr. Dalco was on doing a presentation, Kevin 2X Thompson, yourself. And at the time, I was leaving on a vacation. I'm an avid scuba diver. So I was going to Turks and Caicos on a big time dive trip. So I left. And he had called me right before. I'm like, you know what? I'm not ready. I just don't know enough. I want to do some more due diligence. So I went on a dive trip, came back, jumped on a couple more lives with him. And his spirit, I've always known Ben X. I've followed him for some years now on YouTube and social media. I've always known him to be, in my opinion, an ethical and honest person. Mm-hmm. So the 8,600 for me was able to give me something comparable to actual real estate. That's what I needed. I needed a comparison. Mm-hmm. So that gave me $850 versus $45,000 on actual real estate. So if I lost it, I would have lost it. But just in doing a little bit of due diligence, speaking with him, speaking with Mr. Dalco. Mr. Dalco is a 15-year mortgage banker. Just feeling the honesty through the screen, like you see it today. That caused me to put up a little sum for myself. It wasn't enough to break me or have me go jump off a bridge, but it was enough for me to take it seriously. And after I did that, my life has been, it's changed since joining GS Partners. It truly has changed. Although I am still in real estate and lending, I also have an independent escrow company out here in Southern California. This is what I've pivoted my life to for a number of different reasons.
Wow. So did you expect it to be like this, though? Did you expect it to be this lucrative and this massive like that?
No. 4.15% fixed payback rewards per week is substantial. I think that works out to being like 195% a year. There is no real estate on this God's green earth that is going to give you any type of reward like the certificates that we have. I currently have a commercial listing in Los Angeles. I'm selling it for $1.2 million. It's 2 residential, 2 commercial, so it's 4 units. It gives $8,000 a month. Since I'm going to be doing the commercial financing on that property, I already know whoever buys it has to put down at least $300,000. And when they put down $300,000, their mortgage is going to be more than $7,000 a month.
Wow. We
have a certificate where if you put that $300,000 into one of our certificates, it pays upwards of for 17,000 USDT per month. In 18 months, your reward on that is going to be anywhere between 1.2 to 1.7 million USDT. There is no type of sale on real estate where you can see that type of turnaround in either a 12-month to an 18-month period. It's profound. So when I realized that, I knew that I was onto something. I want to drop one little nugget. I've been a mortgage broker for 25 years, and I can look in this camera and say, I don't think I've helped someone with a mortgage by giving them a mortgage in 25 years. Yes, I've put a house or a roof over their head by giving them a mortgage. But when I lend you $500,000, when you look at your truth in lending statement, you're going to pay me back close to $1 million. How am I helping you?
Wow.
I give you 500, you hand me back 1 million to 1.2.
Wow.
Something's not right with that picture. But these certificates, these elemental certificates that we offer, you give us, or you place a certain amount of your assets into one of our certificates, and you're given a fixed payback reward in USDT upwards of 15% every single week for 52 weeks. Now that is helping the common man and woman.
Wow, man. So, man, as we come to a conclusion, that's very eye-opening, and people that follow us have been following Far Money Network and following myself. They know that we teach strong on that type of subject right there. We teach real strong on that subject right there. Just to the nature that we understanding that type of system was really made to keep most of the people down, not really elevate them and let them really have a freedom lifestyle. And you've been able to do this and come and see the light, not even knowing about crypto being kept not giving this, was it before I ask that, since you've been in GS Partners, from your passive income side, from these certificates, have you got paid every week and every quarter like promised?
Like clockwork. The certificates pay a fixed payback reward of 4.15% per week. Now I just got back from Dubai about 2 weeks ago, and we rolled out a whole new certificate that's giving a fixed payback reward of upwards of 22% per week. So prior to that, all we had was the Olympus Series certificate, and that was paying 4.15%. So when I first started in GS Partners back in December, I was getting about 850 USDT every month. Fast forward 5 months, I'm upwards of 30,000 USDT every month just on my certificates. That's
What?
just
Hold on. What the hell up? What did you say?
yeah, 30,000 USDT per month.
Passive.
It's passive. I don't have to drive around California picking up rent, sending assistance to fix plumbing issues. It's just the certificates alone is upwards of 30,000.
Have you ever made that much from your rental properties, all of them together?
Not off of rental property. No, not off of rental property. In real estate, I've made substantial sums, but just as much as I made it, I had to work for it. Like I had to get up every morning.
Passive, not just from your rental property.
No passive. I've never made that type of passive income in my life on anything.
Wow. Yeah. And let me ask you this. Did you buy all of those certificates that you have?
No, I've only bought 3 certificates with GS Partners.
Family, y'all didn't hear this man. Did y'all just hear this man? What? Oh my goodness.
I mean, I only bought 3 certificates. I got 1 free, and every certificate thereafter was a reward for bringing people into our system. They would buy 3 certificates, get 1 free, and I would get 2 free, sometimes 3, depending. So now I have upwards of 135 certificates at this point.
Oh, this man obliterated the mic, man. Family, I got a lot of certificates too, and I haven't bought one of them. But he bought 3, and he got over 130 some certificates, making upwards of 30K passive.
Yeah, in USDT. In USDT.
And USDT, for those that don't know, USDT is Tether, the #1 cryptocurrency stable coin on the market. The #1, right? So, man, that is crazy. Whoa, that just blows me right there. So, man, we want to close out at the type of the hour, man. So we coming to an end. But before we do that, man, you went to Seychelles with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You came to Atlanta, way from LA. You came to Atlanta with us, right? We came to LA with you, right? Me, Kevin, and Frank Muhammad. We came to LA with you for what, a whole weekend. Friday, well, no, we got there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? We didn't leave on Monday. We got on the plane with you and let you fly us around and everything like that. Frank Muhammad was scared, by the way. I'm putting it out. I'm gonna be the first to put it out there. Frank Muhammad was nervous on getting on the plane. He didn't think we're gonna. No, I'm just talking. But listen, we had a good time. We flew from LA to San Diego, and I had never flown that low to the ground like that, because you said it was only like 2,000 feet high. We was, you know what I'm saying? It was just amazing to be able to see a city like that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like we was in a drone. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to see it like that. So yeah, that was a great experience for myself. But then you went to Dubai. You ain't been in the business 6 months, man. You done been to 3 places. You just did your second event. You're doing your own events now. You got leaders coming in. Your organization got to be one of the fastest growing organizations in GS Partners.
Yeah.
How was the Dubai experience, and have you ever been to an event like a Gold Standard Bank event in your life?
Ooh, Dubai. I said GS Partners changed my life. Dubai really changed my posture. Dubai changed my exposure. Dubai changed the energy that I came back with. See, when you're dealing in this type of industry, the financial industry, you're judged at every corner. You're judged with your speech. You're judged with the amount of knowledge you have. You're judged at every angle. But once you go to Dubai and you see the corporate training and information center. You actually see where a lot of the magic happens. You're meeting the sectors, the sector presidents, and the sector managers, because in our new certificate we have 6 different sectors now. We have fintech companies, we have renewable companies, we have real estate companies now involved, gaming, supplements, Skyground's still there. So when you meet the principal in these different industries, the normal rank and file public can't really tell me anything that would disparage my company. A lot of people say, well, we've never heard of it. It just seems too good to be true. It's all that. But if I'm meeting all the principals and the owners of these companies, and I'm making the rewards that I'm telling you, I can care less if you join us or not. I'm just, in the kindness of my heart, I'm telling you, we done found some gold in the backyard. Bring your bucket and your shovel. I won't tell everybody to come. I'm just telling you, if you don't want to come, I'm just calling the next person. So going to Dubai, I took a large crew with me. I took my team, a large team with me, even some of the investors. One investor came back, he got 70,000 USDT just for going to Dubai because he had purchased more than 70 certificates. So he got 1,000 USDT on every one of those certificates. And he got his reward when he went to Dubai because that was the bonus. It was,
and they gave it to him like this.
The minute he got back, he saw 70,000 more on his platform. So everything that the company says that it will do, it's doing, and we're just bringing people to our system for your benefit. You're not benefiting me. You're benefiting yourself, your children, and your legacy. So that's what Dubai did. It allowed people to see on a grand scale who GSB really is.
Man, how much was your travel allowance in Dubai?
I think I got 6,000 USDT is what I was given.
They gave it to you? Did they give it to you?
Yes. I did get the allowance. It was about 6,000 USDT.
How long after Dubai did it take you to get it?
A day after I got back. I think next day.
So basically that really covered your plane ticket, hotel.
Covered everything. I paid for the crew. Some of my crew stayed in the large suite with us. Not crew, but my team. I got a large suite for us. I had my team with me, covered a lot of the travel, all the food. The night we got to Dubai, which was a Thursday, it's 4:00 in the morning. Mr. Dalco, Joseph Haidt, Nitsa Nakos, who's putting 6 million of her network savings into our certificates, normally by the 7th of the month. Bruce, Alexander Ofke, we basically shut down the Riots. They were all in there, and this is the first night we get there. That's the access you have with the.
This is 4 in the morning, and they was
4 in the morning. That's just that was just on a Thursday. So that just goes to show you the tone that was set. Next day, we're on a yacht with Mr. Dalco. Going through the different parts of Dubai, his whole team on a huge yacht, 2 yachts to tell you the truth. So, I mean, the tone, I'm not saying any of this to brag. I'm saying this is the level of class that you deal with when you deal with GS partners. Now
they say that a millionaire compared to a billionaire is way significant, right? Because if a millionaire tried to put on something like this, he probably would go broke. You know what I'm saying? But a billionaire, multi-billionaire, is a whole different ball game, family. Because family, you could be worth 100 million, but you need 900 more million to be worth 1 billion. So you can have that's a lot. 100 million a lot. You can have that, but for you to be a billionaire, you need 900 more million dollars. That's a significant gap from millionaire to billionaire. And we tell people all the time, our chairman of the board, he did not get rich off GS Partners. He was already rich. He was already mega rich. And he told us for the first 6 months to a year, for the first year of the company, he didn't make a profit off of GS Partners because he was launching it, but he had the pockets, the bag, as we call it, to launch it. Now it's launched now. It's cranking now, and it's really a wrap for the rest of the world. But anyway, man, that is significant, man. So what else did you experience at Dubai? What was some? I know you didn't. You know, I have signed up for the card. I'm in the back office of the card now, right? So you know, I know you ain't got.
I haven't got mine yet. I haven't got my sign up yet. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, I'm in there, right? I'm in there. I'm able to go in there and look around. You know what I'm saying? I'm going there to click stuff. You feel me? So yeah. So loyalty and First Movers Advantage family, it means something. Yeah. Loyalty always, Mr. Height always reward the loyal people. And David, he also did a big jump because off of Mr. Dalco team, he was able to be the one selected, him and Kevin, to be able to get, you know, the free card or whatever. However, they still, the way they rolled it out, they're letting the ones who, whoever it was, or ones we was GS, yeah. We had the GS lifestyle card, and we ranked for the past 3 months. So me, my wife, we've been able to get in, log in right there. So I'm able to log in. It's kind of confusing. I don't know. I'm definitely going to need some training on it, right?
Yeah.
But that's our new card or whatever. And I still use the old card as well. I use that every day. But it's very significant, man. So I want to thank you, my brother, for coming on the show. Are you going to come back? We invite you back, brother, a couple of weeks from now, a month from now. You coming back, brother?
Definitely, sir. We're an education company. That's all we do is educate. And that's what happened in Dubai was a lot of education, not indoctrination, just education. We're just educating our network. We're educating them on the banking system, the blockchain banking system, and what type of rewards you can get for being your own blockchain banker. Working through, we have our own blockchain. We have smart contracts on the blockchain. I just enjoy educating. So I'll come back whenever you want to talk about whatever subject that has to do with what we're doing. I'm an educator.
So compared to other platforms, the last question, compared to other platforms and other systems or whatever, what do you think from what you see, being in the business for 6 months, what do you think is the trump card to why we had this success, why we're able to do what we do, and you know, other people try to do it or whatever, and it don't really run long, you know what I'm saying? Why you think that happens? Why did you think?
It's education. We're educating our members, we're educating our clientele and access to leadership. If you can't get in contact with your leadership to get tutelage and get help, like they say, when the cat's away, the mice like to play. You just will do whatever. But we're trained on proper protocol, language, trying to just make sure that we're presenting the proper way of what we're doing. At the end of the day, we are in an environment where a lot of people are uneducated. A lot of people get taken advantage of with cryptocurrency. We don't invest in cryptocurrency. We're using cryptocurrency as a medium of exchange. And that's what surprises so many people. They think that we're putting money in Bitcoin and we're just holding on to it. That's not what we're doing.
Come on, hold on, because you just sparked something else. Explain that, man. Explain that. What do you mean? We're getting paid in crypto. We have to use crypto to get in. What do you mean we're not investing in crypto? How is that?
Because when it comes to the reason a lot of people lose money in crypto is they don't understand supply, demand, and liquidity. So with our company, we don't have a liquidity issue. And when it comes to cryptocurrency, we're using it to put our assets into a certificate. We're paid in a technology called G-Euro, which is loosely tied to the European dollar. And then when we get our reward, we can exchange that G-Euro on the platform to USDT, and then we can pull it off the platform and do what you choose, or you can spend it off your platform with our new lifestyle cards that or our new debit cards that we will be getting. So at the end of the day, we're not investing in Ethereum. We're not investing in Bitcoin. We're not concerned with whether Bitcoin goes up or down. Now, you can hold Bitcoin on your wallet if you choose to have it as an investment, but that's not the structure of the company. That's not what we're doing.
Wow, man, that's significant, man. So you're hearing it from one of the best, man. Real estate guru, real estate broker, 25 plus years, almost 30 years in the real estate industry, now turned blockchain banker. New Millennium Banker, Team Freedom, Team Ford, Team X Factor, all of the above, Wealth Builders Worldwide. And he just explained why Gold Standard Bank. All right. So, family, before we go, David, can you let the people know how they can follow you on your social media platforms?
You can follow me on Facebook, just David Jennings. Instagram is DJ_airman.75. DJ_airman.75 on Instagram. Facebook is normally the easiest. You'll see plenty of our faces are plastered everywhere. We're all over YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If it has to do with Gold Standard Bank and GS Partners, we're not that hard to find.
Man, thank you for coming on, my brother. Like I said, man, we definitely want to have you back, man. Thank you for your time, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, because I know it's still like 8 o'clock over there. We over here on the East Coast with 3 hours away, and we looking to come back to LA soon. So make sure you got everything. I need that Bentley that you're making all of this. We need it, you know what I'm saying, brother? You can't pull up in that dually. You got to pull up in that Rolls, brother, when you pick us up. So, man, we're going to work on getting you that jet. You are a pilot in the Wealth Builders in the Team Freedom Camp. You know what I'm saying? You are our official pilot, brother. So, yes. Hey, man. So we looking for to be picked up in that Bentley, that Rolls, brother, that Lambo truck or something, brother, when we come back, brother. Don't half step with us. Me, Kevin, Frank, Muhammad. We're going to probably bring Mr. Diaco with us this time. So don't half step with us, brother. Make sure you lay it out. With that being said, family, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining, David. All right.
My pleasure.
Yes, sir. All right, family. So thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, come back next week. Subscribe to the channel. Bring your friend. We're telling stories. We're bringing people, professionals in these industries. We had a blockchain crypto professional last week. We brought you a real estate professional. We brought you a real estate professional tonight. Next week, we're gonna bring you a business brand builder, network marketer professional. Next week, I'm gonna explain to you why he choose that. You just heard why we doing Gold Standard Bank, why we're here. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Ford Money Network, New Millennium Bankers. Go follow David on Facebook. Follow him on Instagram. You can follow us also on Instagram. And we will see y'all next week with another episode, The Future Money Show, when I bring my brother, 7-figure income earner, my mentor, my brother, I'm his right hand, brother, right? When I bring him to the platform, and he's going to be our guest next week, and then we're going to have another guest. We running guests this whole 2023 out for the whole summer, family. So you want to make sure you tune in. Let's blow up the Future Money Show, because nobody does it like we do it. So thank y'all for tuning in, family, and we will see y'all on the next stream. Peace. We out.
Agreed to be here tonight with us. Let's go! Party is going on! Good afternoon, Stockholm. I am so much excited. Welcome.